Sai Ram to all of you. Welcome to Shri Sathya Sai Lok Seva Gurukulam online classes. Let's Learn English series with Mrs. Kalpana Heblekar. So today we are going to learn the format of business letter. Okay. So how the business letter should be. This is very important. Some formats to write different types of letters. So we are going to see the first one is business letter. The first point is standard business letter. The first point, your address. This is also known as the return reply address. Now see this. It should be your address clearly written with the exact postal address. Okay. With the city name, the state and the zip code, which is very important. Okay. This comes first on the left side of the letter, but if you are using a letterhead, which usually business have, then avoid writing the return reply address. Now, why is this said? See, this is also known as the return reply address if you are writing on a blank paper. But in a standard business letter, every business people or the company should have their own letterhead. Letterhead means on the starting they will have the name of the company and also they will have the address of the company, email ID, phone number, etc. everything clearly written. So that time you don't have to write this. This is also known as the return or reply address. This comes first on the left side of the letter. But if you are using a letterhead, which usually business have, then avoid writing the return reply address. Okay. Then we have date. Write the date below the return address. Note, some countries prefer to write the date on the right hand too. Okay, this is very important. So, the country to where you are writing, that also it matters a lot. Okay, so write the date on the below the address. Okay, so write the date below the return address, means your address. Note that some countries prefer to write the date on the right hand side too, here. Okay. Then recipient's name and address, write this below the date on the left hand side. So on the left hand, suppose now some countries, as we said, we write the date here. Don't write the recipient who is going to receive your letter, his name and designation and everything here. Okay, recipient's name and address, write this below the date on the left hand side. Suppose you are writing on the left hand side the date, below that you have to write completely. Okay, don't forget to write the title, that is very important. Name of the recipient, title, company, the address and the city and the zip code. Okay, that is very important. Now, next point. Choose a proper salutation. So, you should know whom you are writing and accordingly you should write the salutation. Salutation means what? Let us see. If you don't know the recipient, then, dear sir, madam is a safe way of salutations. Now, choose the proper salutation. If you don't know the recipient well, then dear sir, dear madam is a safe way of salutation. So, if you don't know the person properly whom you are writing, so just write dear sir or dear madam. Okay. The recipient's title and last name can be used. Example, dear Dr. Shetty. Now, suppose if you know the person, okay, so you write dear, then you write the title, that is he is a doctor, so Dr. Shetty. Okay. If you know the recipient well and have an informal relationship, then address as dear Ram. Okay. Now, if you know the person well, though it is a business letter, but you know the person well, he must be your uncle, grandfather or sometimes your relative or sometimes your close friend also can be the recipient of the business letter. Okay, so you're doing business with them, so they can be. So what you have to do that time, you have to address dear Ram. Okay, so no need of writing dear Mr. Ram and all, that is very formal. Okay, then use to whomever it may concern only if you don't know whom you are specifically addressing to. Suppose now you don't know some letter you are writing, so you should write whom it may concern. So to whom it may concern, you should write like that. Okay, then we have the main body of the letter. Now we have known where to write your address, where to write the date, where to write the recipient's name and address, and how to address that. Okay, so now we are coming to the body of the letter. Let us see what is. Every business letter should have three parts, that is beginning, middle and end. Okay, the first paragraph is your short introduction. The main purpose and subject on the letter is mentioned very briefly. So why you are writing, and the main subject and your introduction, not in a very big way, in 2 or 3 lines. Okay, so short introduction paragraph and stating the purpose. Okay, then the second paragraph gives specific details with statistics and data, etc. So the second paragraph will have the statistics, like suppose if you are giving the quotation or something, then all that will come, and then the data also will be there. Then the third paragraph, the conclusion, that restates the purpose or subject. Now in the paragraph we have stated the purpose, right? First paragraph, that's again we have to repeat in the last paragraph. So third paragraph, the conclusion and restates the purpose or the subject, can also give the recipient an incentive to return soon. So third paragraph, the conclusion and restates the purpose or subject, can also give the recipient an incentive to return soon. Okay, that means when you tell the purpose again in the third conclusion paragraph, then whoever receives, they will be more, alert of what you want exactly through this letter, and then they will respond quickly. Okay, then how to end it? Now note that the business letters can use personal pronouns, that is I, you, etc. Write in an active voice when making a request. Write in an active voice when making a request. End the letter with a call to action like, please read the attached document and send your feedback. This is very important. Okay, yours sincerely, yours truly, or best regards, etc. And always sign the letter. Never send any business letter or any letter of that matter without your signature. That is very important. Okay, always sign your letter with blue or black ink for all business and professional documents. Always edit your letter before sending it. Okay, now when you are writing business or professional documents or letters, always use black ink or blue ink. Okay, not red ink, it is very bad. And don't write letter to others also, your friends and all, in red ink. Always use blue or black. Okay, and always edit your letter before sending it. So when we are writing, we make some mistakes, right? So always read it again. Take 2 minutes of your time and read it again and then send it. Okay, so letters written with many spelling mistakes will not like, and the person receiving it will not be very happy. Okay, so now let us come back to this. See, your name, then date, then the recipient's name, title, company name, then addressing it. That is, if you know the person, the recipient's name. If you don't know, then you write to whom it may concern. Okay, Then the first paragraph will be short introduction and stating the purpose. Okay. Then the second paragraph will be additional information of the data. Okay. And the closing information, that is summary or thank you as appropriate. So, sincerely, you can write, and sign here for the letters sent by mail or fax. You should always sign, and your name with the title if applicable. Okay. So, thank you for watching Sri Sathya Sai Lok Seva Gurukulam. Now, we are coming to thought for the day for loud reading and handwriting practice. Let us see what Sri Madhusudan Sai has to tell us. Okay. Whatever we do, we should always have the aspiration to get nearer and dearer to God. When we choose our actions, thoughts, feelings, and words based on this discrimination, then our life will become sacred and holy. By Sri Madhusudan Sai. I'll repeat again. This is very profound. You should learn, and always, you should write it down on your bulletin board also. Whatever we do, we should always have the aspiration to get nearer and dearer to God. When we choose our actions, thoughts, feelings, and words based on this discrimination, then our life will become sacred and holy. This is said by Sri Madhusudan Sai. I request all of you to write this in your beautiful handwriting in the cursive writing book, keeping two space between two words, okay, and write the correct spellings. Use wherever there is, capital letters, and then always, reread again what you are writing and pass it on to your friends and relatives, okay. So, thank you for watching Sri Sathya Sai Lok Seva Gurukulam online classes. I pray to God to keep you happy and prosperous in all your future endeavors. Sai Ram, thank you.